The Selichot, or those poems of Selichot written in Aramaic, are a special topic of conversation. And the Gemara says, the Gemara says that the malachim, that the angels do not respond to prayer in Aramaic if that prayer is made by an individual. That's a Gemara in Shabbat, Daf Yud Bet Amud Aleph. And it also appears in the Shulchan Aruch. And therefore, we generally daven either in passages from the Bible, from Tehillim, for example, or in the Hebrew that was written by the Anshe Knesset Hagdolah. But we add sometimes an Aramaic passage, like Yikum Purkan on Shabbat, which we only say b'tzibur. Because b'tzibur, there is a responsiveness in heaven even to the prayers that are said in Aramaic. And therefore, if a person says Selichot on his own, even though we've already pointed out that the proper way to say Selichot is b'tzibur, but if you have no option, if that's not an option that you have, and you could only say the Selichot as an individual, then a person should only say those parts of the Selichot and the Piyutim which appear in Lashon HaKodesh, in Hebrew, but not those parts that are in Aramaic. At the end of the Selichot, if you look at the end of the Selichot, you'll see that there are several of the Selichot that are written in Aramaic. So that Aramaic is a problem. It does not represent the quality prayer language that we're interested in. That's Hebrew, Lashon HaKodesh, and the angels do not respond to prayer spoken in Aramaic by those people who are davening b'yichidut. But in a community, in a tzibur, the angels will be responsive. And therefore, it's important to try to say the Selichot in a tzibur with all of the people, in the community present. There's one more problem in the text of the Selichot that we should mention, and that is that there's a piyut that begins Malachei Rachamim, the angels of mercy. And it looks as though we as mitpalalim, as the ones who are davening, are turning to the angels. And we're saying, help us to the angels. And there are those who said that it would be improper for a Jew who understands that he prays directly to God to pray in a way that might be from which it may be inferred that he thought there was an intermediary. Right? And this was brought up originally by the Maharal in the Netiva Avoda, Perek Yud Bet. Well, others say that obviously, if you know that you're not supposed to pray to the angels, then even if you say Malachei Rachamim, you're not praying to the angels, but you're just hopeful that there'll be support in heaven for what it is that you are actually doing. So the generally accepted minhag in Am Yisrael is that we say that Selicha, we say that Piyut Malachei Rachamim, even though if somebody finds it offensive and problematic, he too has support amongst the poskim, and you can make a decision ad hoc about whether to say that piyut or not to say that piyut. If you're davening with balabatim, the balabatim, in a regular shul, as Selichot goes along, they seem to get faster and faster and faster, so that if you maintain a steady speed, you'll never be able to say the parts in Aramaic or Malachei Rachamim, so the problem will be solved in that way.